KCAA 1050 AM, 106.5 FM. Hello, everybody. Mark Westwood on the radio with you here. Eric Casario in the control room. And Donald Williamson, Sr., to the left of me here. And we're getting ready for the Donald Williamson Taxpayer, Saver, Player, you name it, and more. My 1,000th airing here on KCAA. Just to mention that. Been on a lot, and Donald's been with us for a couple of years now, I think. And welcome back, Donald. Hello.
Hi there, Mark, and hi to all you radio listeners out there. Today, I'm going to talk a little bit about...
But hold on.
Uh-oh.
We're not ready yet.
Oh, I was going to jump
We're
right
not
into
ready
it.
yet.
See how anxious I am?
You know, I had a birthday on the 24th, and we celebrated it through the week, I think. We had a good time. But you know who else had a birthday, Eric Casario?
Who's that?
The guy over here to the left of me. You know, this guy.
I got nobody on the left.
Donald Williamson. If you're watching on TV, he would be to my, I guess, right? No, he'd be to my left.
On your left.
Anyway, stage left. And we'll be talking about stage right and stage left a little later on. But first of all, Donald Williamson, happy birthday to you.
Well, thank you, Mark. When you're my age...
Happy birthday.
I am a senior citizen, by the way, if you can't tell.
No, really?
And, yes, I did add one more year to...
Because we sure can't keep up with you. Let me tell you, I find myself a few years younger than you. And I can't hardly keep up with you sometimes. I called Donald up. I said, we wished him a happy birthday. We sung happy birthday on the phone. He says, what are you doing? Let's go to dinner. And he says, I'm going to Barstow. I'm like, wait a minute. All these years, you just turned whatever. I won't say it on the air. And you're going to Barstow?
Yeah, there's a Kiwanis function.
Kiwanis function. Yeah, so, you know, Donald Williamson is taxes in the right hand if you cut him, and he bleeds taxes. And on the left hand, it's Kiwanis. And so, yeah.
Always trying to help people.
Yep. Congratulations, Donald. Congratulations. Yay. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, dear Don. Happy birthday to you.
All right, on Channel 4.
And many more.
And many more. That's right. Congratulations. And now we'll get to whatever you wanted to talk about, because this first part of the show is yours. At the second part of the show, we'll be welcoming Alexis Kessel from the Redlands Theater Festival. We'll be talking about the magic they make every summer right there in Redlands and Prospect Park. But for right now, Donald Williamson, ladies and gentlemen, take it away.
Well, you know, early this morning, I had called, I'd been to a Kaiser appointment, and at the end of it, they always give you an after-visit summary. And I happened to read it this time. And it's 3 pages.
I get those too.
It's
I
3
happen to
pages,
not
and
read
most generally I just file it or throw it away. But anyway, I happened to read it, and I thought, well, gee, I might talk about some of this on the radio.
Some good stuff there.
There's some good stuff here. There's some simple stuff. They want adults to do a brisk walk, or exercise 30 minutes. And it says such as brisk walking 5 days or more each week. Now, every evening, I do a walk and jog.
You take your dogs, right?
Well, sometimes, not always. And the jogging is it's more jogging than walking now. I practically jog the whole thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
For some reason, and this is the truth, I have a little easier time jogging than I do walking. Might be from in the service in the Marines. We jogged everywhere we went.
I remember about 2 years ago, you decided to run for an office. And I said, are you sure you want to run for an office, Donald? Why don't you just relax? He says, no, I'm going to run, watch. And you get up from your chair, I believe it was at Corky's, and you run from the front of the restaurant to the back of the restaurant and back. And everybody's looking like, what's this guy doing? But you were showing me you could run. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, he's not exaggerating. He can run.
I can walk, run, and jog and run. I do all three, actually. And it is a different, when you actually run, you're stepping harder on your feet.
Right.
Than when I'm jogging. But anyway, so what I want to talk a little more about what I read down here. It says from Kaiser. This is from Kaiser. And support to help the community with resources. At Kaiser Permanente, we also are here to support you with social needs like transportation, housing, food, and other essentials such as clothing, etc., etc. And we can partner with you to locate. Now, they don't do these things. They help you find, to locate the programs and services near you. And they had a phone number. And that I'm going to give you that phone number. Now, I called that this morning. Anyway, the phone number is an 800 number, 340-4231. 800 number, 340-4231. And I was speaking to a lady, and we talked for about 30 minutes, you know me. And so about all, because years ago, probably about 20, I was in a wreck, car wreck. They didn't think I was going to live, but I did. And then I was in a wheelchair for a while afterwards when they sent me home. And then later on, I was in I got rid of the wheelchair and used a walker. I never did like a cane, by the way. Didn't like that. I carried the cane at the end of that, but I carried it more than I used it, so I just quit carrying it. But anyway, so if you need transportation, which I did, to get to appointments, and now they would not take you with a wheelchair, but they did with a walker. And I signed up in Highland Senior Center for it. A guy named Jeff headed it then. And they had a number of drivers, and it was really neat. You did pay per mile, but it was real cheap, dirt cheap.
There's nothing dirt cheap anymore.
Well,
I'll just do anything if it's cheap.
I imagine it's still pretty dirt cheap when you consider the prices now, but
Yeah.
they
I guess it's all
so
relative.
they would take me from Highland to Fontana to my appointment, and they stayed with you. Well, there, and when you're done, then they bring you back home. And I think in those days I paid like $2 or $3. It's just really cheap. And anyway, so but they've got other things like housing. Now, I don't know much about the housing. The girl I talked to, the lady this morning, we didn't talk about housing. But this number, if you have a problem with housing, you might want to call this 800-340-4231 and get information about it. What surprised me at the end of this 30 minutes, I happened to ask the lady where she was located, and she said Myrtle Beach, Virginia, I think it was.
Wow.
And I thought, Myrtle Beach? I expected her to be here in California.
Yeah, there's just probably a phone service that gives that information out for Kaiser Permanente, which is a nationwide company. So you can only imagine. But it's 1-800-340?
Yeah, and then 4231.
4231. It should be 4321 counting backwards, but I guess they couldn't get that number. So it's 4231.
Yeah.
4231.
Anyway, so years ago when I was going, we had a little church in Highland, that United Methodist Church. And I started out going to the one because my son did in Rialto. And then when I must have passed that church for 10 years, back and forth every day, half a dozen times, and never seen the sign. And one day I seen it, and I drove in there to see. Instead of going all the way to Rialto, I thought, well, gee, I live here in Highland. Let me go there.
Why don't you go there? That's right.
And I got there, and they were just leaving, about 10 o'clock, and they were leaving. So I got there too late. Well, about a month later, I went back and tried again, and again, they were leaving. But I rolled down the window this time, and I asked one of them. I said, talked to them about the church, the United Methodist Church, and they said, oh, no, we rent. We're the Highland Hills Church. We rent from them, and they'll be starting in about 15 minutes.
Oh, okay.
So I stayed, and I went, and then I started going there. But anyway, they...
Where was this?
in Highland.
Where? Highland's a big town.
On Baseline, right by the freeway.
On Baseline, right by the freeway. Okay. Okay.
So anyway, the point I'm getting at is when they closed up, some of the members went to a church and started, and they had this program. They had tables once a month, had tables sitting out there. They put food on it in sacks, all ready for people to come. And they had clothing, because I took them stuff. Since they closed it up there and I had to go to Rialto, I still went up and I gave them clothes and food and
All kinds of goodies.
And and you didn't have to show ID or nothing.
Don, you're always so generous.
If you needed something, you just walked up and picked up a sack or 2 or 3, whatever you needed.
Wow,
took some clothing,
that's good.
Whatever
you
you
do
needed.
that, yeah.
And that was neat. But anyway, this number, if you have any problems with transportation, housing, food, and other essentials, and I'm throwing in the clothes for that. And for some overnight housing, the let's see, not Goodwill, but Salvation Army. The Salvation Army has some kind of a program.
This time of the year, overnight housing is not as necessary for some people because it's warm and they sleep out in the open under the stars. It's kind of enjoyable. But it comes get cold. Yeah, you need to do that, or wet, or rainy, or whatever. And it's so good of these organizations to do that. It's like Healing Hands. We talked about a few weeks ago, where they provide showers. They have mobile showers for people.
I think that's a great thing, too,
It's a
by
great
the way.
thing. Healing Hands.
Yeah.
They're out of Beaumont and at a Catholic church over there, which I cannot pronounce. But catch a kidney, or catch a falling star and put it in. No, I'm off track. But thank you for that information, Don.
I got one bit of information more, and then I'll let you take it away.
Okay.
Again, Kaiser gave me this list of shots.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I have to call them back, and they got a phone number.
Shots.
I have to call them back because
It's a song like that.
I don't think they were. It says here, the following immunizations are available during a provider visit. Well,
you got to make sure you make arrangements for it.
that's correct. They kind of left that out.
They're important shots,
And
too. You don't think about them.
But they got a phone number for that, too, and to schedule an appointment.
Things like shingles, if you had chicken pox when you were a kid.
I think that's on here. Influenza, and they got flu
Shots.
in brackets / COVID. Now, just about 2 weeks ago, I was at an appointment, and they said I needed a COVID shot, and I said okay, but you know me, we were talking and all this stuff, and I forgot, and they forgot, and so I left without it. So I still got next time I go, I'll check on that COVID shot because
You don't want to mess around with that. It's still serious.
I've had all my COVID shots and flu shots and booster shots and everything. But
May not be as predominant, but when you get it, it's still some serious stuff.
then they talk about RSV vaccine.
Right.
Now, I don't know for sure.
That's a respiratory thing, and it's respiratory something or other. And, Eric,
That B might be virus.
right. Yeah, it could be virus. Okay, well,
Then there's a pneumonia shot. Says, and this one is not to treat it. This vaccine protects you from a common type of pneumonia, from getting it. Mm-hmm. And so you need to ask your doctor about these things. Then there's an HPV. Mm-hmm. And this one is interesting because I didn't know they had such things. This vaccine is for cancer prevention. Mm-hmm. I didn't know they had shots to help prevent getting cancer. HPV.
that's something new, but it's something you want
It's
to do.
something to ask your doctor about.
Absolutely.
And then there's a hepatitis B. Mm-hmm. This vaccine series, it says series, prevents liver infection and liver cancer.
That's right, because you have HB, and you have hepatitis A, B, and C. And if you don't treat one of them, it can have serious side effects down the road if it goes undiagnosed. And there's not a lot of symptoms to that. So, you should get those tests and you should get the blood work. And if you got a good doctor, they're going to once in a while say, get this test, get that test. But I got just a few more minutes here, Don. Let's wrap this part of the show up. What do you got some more?
Well, one was meningitis. Mm-hmm. And when I was in the Marine Corps during boot camp, right in the middle of it, and I think he might have died, one of our recruits.
Okay, talk about the shot.
Anyway, it was spinal meningitis. He came down with it, and I think he died. And all of a sudden, everything stopped, man, boom.
Yeah.
For 3 days, they gave her sulfur pills, and we walked. They didn't want us to walk fast. They didn't want us to do nothing.
Okay.
But at the end of 3 days, all of a sudden, everything, all hell broke loose, and back to
normal.
back to running.
Any more shots you want to talk about?
I think it's one more.
Okay.
Shingles.
Shingles, there it is.
I had
That's
that
what I'm talking
shot.
about.
I don't know if some of these if you have to repeat them or not.
I don't think so. No,
This
once you've had it.
vaccine provides strong protection against shingles and related I had a couple of friends of mine come down with shingles.
If you've ever had chicken pox as a kid,
I did.
and then when you get older, it's dangerous to have the shingle shot. And, you know, my doctor, I've asked for it 3 times, and she's, oh, yeah, I'll do it, I'll schedule it. And then she doesn't do it. I'm changing doctors, but, you know, I haven't. I've got a doctor I found already if they'll take me up in Yucaipa. And I'm changing doctors. Sometimes you have to do that, too. If a doctor doesn't, you know, provide for that stuff, or they say, yeah, we're going to do this, and then they don't do it, or they mess up your pharmacy, which has happened like twice now with me. It's time to move on. And, you know, if they've got too many patients, then find somebody who doesn't have too many patients.
Well, the reason I got that shingle shot, I had a couple of friends that came down with the shingles.
Mm-hmm.
And this is later in life that they came down with it. Mm-hmm. And they said it was horrible. Mm-hmm. Pain and everything.
Yep.
And so I figured, well.
I got to talk some here.
And that's it. I'm in on the shots. But I want to give that for the shots.
1-800-340-3241. Got it.
Hey, you got it right, too.
I do. I got a memory.
800-340-4231.
Well, thank you, Donald. Now, I want to talk about a few things. First of all, let's relax and talk about something more fun. The 4th of July is coming up.
Yes, it is. 250th.
250th birthday, and we're going to celebrate. I'm going to celebrate. Everybody's going to celebrate. And, yeah, he's got some fireworks sound effects. Thank you, Eric. And the problem with this, and I'm going to go into this a little bit, last night about 12:05, where I live in Yucaipa, one of my neighbors who does this every year starts shooting fireworks up into the sky.
Uh-oh.
Boom! Big percussive things. Of course, Dolly, my cat, didn't like it at all. And so a lot of pet owners don't like it. Plus, it's rude at midnight to do that. But let me tell you, folks. Plus, let me get to this.
Yes.
If you've seen the signs in Highland, you've seen the signs in Redlands, you'll see them in Yucaipa and everywhere else, San Bernardino. It is illegal to have fireworks in that area. No less, any fireworks in any part of Southern California that shoot in the air and you're not licensed to do it, like a licensed firework display, it's punishable by fines. Now, in Yucaipa, we have 3 law enforcement officers on our city council. So it's the majority. But the mayor went along with it too, and so did the other person. It was a unanimous thing. The fines they imposed last year for fireworks of any kind, on the ground, in the air, you know, anything, $3,000 the first time, $5,000 the second time, and $10,000 every time after that. And they don't have to see you do it. They've got the things up in the air, recording, and they see a flashback and drone, and they will fine you and they will collect it. So first of all, just don't do it. Like, you know, this guy that lives just outside my mobile home park doesn't realize that if one of those fireworks launches and goes over, or part of it goes over onto a roof and catches one of those mobile homes on fire, they have just burned a senior citizen or somebody like that out of their home in less than 5 minutes.
And it may also catch others around it.
Right. Mobile homes go up incredibly fast. It's incredibly rude. It's incredibly dangerous. And it really is incredibly stupid. Don't do it, especially... Okay, in Yucaipa, we had a fire. It was called the gender reveal party because that's how it started. Somebody was doing a gender reveal, and 2 cops, by the way, 2 police officers, male and female, married to each other, having a gender reveal park out in the canyon in Yucaipa, which has got chaparral all around it. And they didn't think about that chaparral catching on fire. It did. And, you know, 2 million acres later, and, you know, millions of dollars later, millions and millions of dollars, like 22 million, I think.
Terrible.
It was. You know, they stopped the fire, and it ruined their lives forever, ruined their baby's college education because, you know, the baby wasn't even born yet. But, you know, don't do it. Don't mess your life up. You know, back in the 70s, I was a kid growing up, and we had little fireworks stands, and we had the little, you know, flowers and the sparklers and all that kind of stuff. It was fun. And it was in San Bernardino. Right. But we've had some very serious fires in Altadena, in Pacific Palisades, where whole communities were wiped out. This isn't fun anymore, folks. This is, you know, we can't do it. There are some fireworks stands. I was over in San Bernardino. There are some fireworks stands way down below the mountain area. But in Highland, in Loma Linda, in Redlands, in Yucaipa, in Mentone, Banning, Beaumont, all of them strictly verboten. And you will be fined. There's different fines from different cities, but don't do that. So, but there's other alternatives. There's other alternatives you can do to celebrate our 250th birthday. I'm going to tell about one here that I'm partial to. It's to support a no-kill animal shelter no-kill animal shelter in Yucaipa, and they've been at it for years and years and years. And they take in animals. They've
They
had
got
one.
fireworks?
No, let me get to it. I'm talking about the YAPS first. It's called YAPS, the Yucaipa Animal Placement Society. They take in animals, and they've had one animal for 2.5 years. And it doesn't get adopted out, but they keep it. It's become their like little mascot. It doesn't like men, it barks at people. It doesn't good around kids, but some older female lady who can bond with this will probably love this dog. But so far that hasn't come along. But they support cats and animals, and they have a picnic area, a grassy section where they normally walk the dogs, at the end of the Yucaipa High School football field, where they're going to do a licensed, contained fireworks show with the fire department there and everything else. And we get to sit on that lawn. For $15, we help the Yucaipa Animal Placement Shelter. And for $15, you can go to Yaps and find them. You can buy it at the door. They used to have In-N-Out Burger there. They're not going to do it this year. They have some other vendors. They have some fantastic raffle prizes that they do. Usually about 100 to 150 people showed up, but there's plenty of area. It's very wholesome. It's very family. There's kids playing. It's just really nice. And they have like the glow sticks, and they have the little neon bracelets, and it's just really nice. And that's what I'm doing for the third year in a row with my friend Rachel Gustafson, who's the editor of the Yucaipa News Mirror, and her family. And my date for the evening, guess who my date for the evening is? It's practically my girlfriend.
Cece.
Yeah, that's right, Cecilia.
Yeah, you got it right.
90-year-old lady for my date, and probably her cousin, sister, friend, best friend, Brigitte.
And she still drives, doesn't she?
Cece still drives, but not at night. So I'm going to be her transportation. So she called me up the other day, and I didn't solicit this. She says, "Mark, I bought your ticket," in her little German brogue. And I said, "Oh, thank you, Cece. I'll pay you back." She goes, No. You're going to pick me up." But Cece provided a beautiful cake for me on my birthday, and she's a really good friend, a lot of fun. If you want to come to this event, we'll arrange for it too, Donald. I don't know.
I think I went to one event with you.
You did last year.
Yeah.
And you got to be careful. You might come home with a little kitty cat or a little puppy dog, because they have the little puppy parade and little kitty cats.
Well, I got 2 dogs that are already saved from going to the dog pound.
So the
Rescue dogs.
Yucaipa Animal Placement Society, of course, there's Yucaipa High School. There's Redlands. The University of Redlands has a fireworks show. Moreno Valley has a fireworks show at their high school. There are fireworks show at San Manuel Stadium. I don't know if they call it Yamava Stadium now, but San Manuel Stadium, they have a fireworks show. They're going to have a fireworks show at the new Tower Buzzers. They're just all over.
Does
Stadiums.
the Show Ground still have one annually?
They probably do. I'm not aware of it, but they probably do. And, there's in Highland at the Baptist Church out there, not the church, but the city of Highland uses their football field, and they do a really nice fireworks show, too.
Emmanuel Baptist.
Emmanuel Baptist. And you can see it from all over the place, especially like where you live. You could probably see it from your house.
I can see it from my front yard.
Yeah, you can see it from plenty of opportunity to get out there, celebrate our 250th anniversary. I'm going to close with this before we go to break. The flag belongs to everyone. It is the United States of America. I've heard some people say, "I just don't feel like." No. That's your flag too. No matter what your political persuasion is or whatever, that is common property. What do they call that? Joint property. We're, whether we like it, we're married together. It's the United States of America. It's incredible that we have lasted as 250 years. We'll last some more. We'll all get over it. They'll, whatever happens, this too shall pass. If you don't like it, stick around. It's like weather in Southern California. If you don't like it, stick it around. It'll change.
Let me salute America and all our veterans.
That's right. And I'll salute too. And for my father who is in the service and everything else, I tell you what, it is the 2 abbreviated letters are U.S., us, United States of America. So thank you very much, Donald, for your service. Thank you to all our people for services. And thank you to all our Americans for being good voters. There you go. KCAA, 1050 AM, 106.5 FM. Good work. Thank you for your service, Eric Osorio. We'll be right back after this break on the Donald Williamson, Taxsaver, and more.
KCAA.
Here's the the KCAA Community Calendar for the month of July. You can usually find summer concerts throughout the Inland Empire. Here's a list of just a few. Every Wednesday evening at Fairmont Park in Riverside through July 23rd. In Lake Elsinore, listen to live music at the Lakefront Launch Point RV Resort every Friday in July. In Marietta, experience concerts in the park on Saturday evenings at the Town Square Park and Amphitheater, and concerts in the courtyard with the Blues Breeze Band on July 22nd at 7 p.m. at the Victoria Gardens Cultural Courtyard, an all-age outdoor performance. The International Food and Music Festival is July 26 and 27 with free admission. The festival is located downtown along Mission Inn Avenue, beginning at noon on both days. In Rancho Cucamonga, enjoy the music of Motown at the Lewis Family Playhouse on July 12th. The Redlands Bowl Summer Music Festival hosts outdoor performances every Tuesday and Friday nights near downtown Redlands. Showtime is 8 p.m. The 22nd Annual Lavender Festival is July 10th through the 19th in Beaumont. Wander the 20 acres of blooming lavender fields, enjoy music, and shop the artesian marketplace. And of course, there is baseball scattered throughout the Inland Empire with 4 teams including the San Bernardino 66ers, the Ontario Tower Buzzers, the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes, and the Lake Elsinore Storm, all playing America's favorite pastime game in the month of July. Check local websites for game details. And that's the latest for the KCAA July Community Calendar. For 1050 AM and 106.5 FM, I'm Lillian Vasquez.
From the Community Bulletin Board, straight off the kitchen table, this message from the city of Yucaipa: fireworks of any kind are not allowed in and around Yucaipa. Just don't do it. It's expensive. Fines against all fireworks in the city limits start at $3,000, then $5,000, and then $10,000 for each subsequent violation or offense. And now here's the good news. There's plenty of places to see fireworks. One such great place is the Great Paws and Stripes Family Picnic. Fireworks and a whole lot of community fun. Tickets are $15, kids are just $5, and you can bring your own picnic food or enjoy inexpensive food from one of their many delicious vendors. And it's all for a good cause to help our furry friends. It all benefits the nonprofit YAPS, the Yucaipa Valley Animal Placement Society. They're a no-kill animal rescue group that saves dogs and cats from being euthanized. And they would love for you to come by, show your support, and have fun at this great annual event. Enjoy your 4th with a dog parade and all your animal-loving friends. Bring a lawn chair, some blankets, and maybe some suntan lotion too. You can relax and enjoy. The fun starts at 4 p.m., fireworks at sunset. There's free unlimited parking on a first-come basis. It's all at YAPS, 11937, that's 11937 13th Street in Yucaipa, just across the street from the skateboard park and west of Yucaipa High School. You can still purchase tickets on the YAPS Instagram page or call 909-790-1440. That's 909-790-1440. Tell them you heard it on this radio station. This announcement played free with love. And that's the latest from the community calendar, right from the kitchen table.
Everything that happens in life can happen in a show. You can make 'em laugh, you can make 'em cry. Anything can go. The clown with his pants falling down, or the dance that's a dream of romance,
or the scene where the villain is mean.
That's entertainment. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the big stage. I'm Mark Westwood, along with Donald Williamson, and we have a show today for you, ladies and gentlemen. And it's my pleasure and honor to welcome Alexis Kessel. Hello, Alexis.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm doing very well, thank you, and thank you for having me on your show.
Welcome back. I understand that this is an apropos song because it's opening night for the Redlands Theater Festival. Am I correct?
It's well, you are partially correct.
Oh,
it is opening night for Blythe Spirit. We actually this past week opened our other shows too, so this is the final opening.
The final opening, okay.
Yeah, for our 5 shows that we have this season.
And if you know the Redlands Theater Festival, they have, let me see, you got 5 shows this year, rotating.
Yes.
And so every show is different, mostly sometimes with largely different cast and different plays and everything else. And so it is an opening tonight. It is still an opening.
Opening. We are opening Blythe Spirit tonight. So this is our classic play that we have this season. It's a comedy. It's written by Noel Coward, so it takes place in the late 1930s. And there's a seance and maybe ghosts, and it's a lot of fun. A very good time. It's very funny.
Wonderful. I went last year after I interviewed you, and I believe her name was Shannon Galuzka. Used to be Cabanella, I believe. And I was so delighted. I wasn't expecting what I expected or found. This is a great, delightful theater, by the way. The seats all kind of curved there, and it's up in the nestled in the hills there of Prospect Park.
Beautiful, yeah.
And we had a nice little kind of motor carriage ride up the hill. The guy was very entertaining on the way up as well. And then a little walk back into this pleasant theater, sat down, very close to the stage. Everybody's close to the stage, the way it's designed.
Intimate setting.
It's an intimate setting. And it's an outdoor kind of Shakespearean kind of a theater, I looked like to me.
Yes.
And this is just a wonderful thing. I saw Young Frankenstein just laugh my you-know-what off. And it was so funny and so entertaining. And that's what's so great about this. It's local. I don't think it's expensive. What are the tickets these days?
Tickets go for, if you go on the weekends, they are $24. Wednesday, Wednesday our tickets are $20, and then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday they're $24. So really not that bad at all.
Not bad at all. Like going to see a regular movie. And you know, the one theater in Redlands closed down this year, the movie theater. So you know,
I know.
Yeah, it did. Look Theater closed down. It's permanently shuttered. So people, if you want to go see a movie, let's see a live play with people. And they have live music. They got a little band back behind the stage there. And they're just playing along and doing their best to keep up. And I like them. Maybe I'll come join them sometime. You know I'm a musician. But
I didn't know that.
I am.
You should join us.
No. The commitment, though. You guys run from, I think it's Wednesday, is it? Or do you run all the time?
Yes, we have Wednesday through Sunday, and then on July 14th, we have our New Works Festival. So then we'll have shows starting from that date on Tuesday.
Right.
And we're done on Mondays.
So, Alexis, what do you do for the Redlands Theater?
What do I not do? I dabble in pretty much everything.
Okay. Yeah, your production. Do you actually sing or play or act as well?
I do. I'm acting in 2 shows this season. I'm in Blythe Spirit, which opens tonight, and I'm in Men on Boats, which our next show will be on July 8th. But of course, you guys should come to every show because they're all lovely. So acting, and then normally I will stage manage and oversee the whole company. This year, I decided to take a little bit of a break, and so I'm helping with publicity and things like that. So it's been a lot of fun.
It definitely is for what we call thespians, people who love the theater. And so the shows this year are One Man, Two Governors, spelled G-U-V, governors.
That's right.
2 governors. And then
One Man, Two Governors.
Men on Boats. Yeah, say that again. One Man, Two Governors. I like the way you say that.
Man, 2 governors.
There you go. And then Men on Boats, which is interesting. I don't know what.
It's all female cast.
Okay, that's interesting.
Right.
That's a different twist. You think you're going to see Men on Boats and you see female. Okay, and then I believe Native Gardens.
Native Gardens.
Native Gardens. I'm trying to read my writing here. Native Gardens. Don't know what that's about. Give me a brief little synopsis of that, if you wouldn't mind.
I would not mind. So it opened last night. I saw it. It's a very fun show, very funny. So you have 2 neighbors, that are getting to know each other. They're new, and then there's an issue about putting in a fence. And it goes so much deeper than that because these are younger people. It's an old neighborhood, so you have younger people moving in, and it's a rich white people neighborhood, and these young people that are moving in are a Latinx couple. And that's not really the problem, but it
adds to the flavor.
Into it, yeah, it adds to the flavor.
Okay.
So it takes some key issues like racism and money and property lines.
Culture clash.
Yeah,
It's
and
a show about
just makes
culture clash, huh?
It's culture clash, and about gardens. There's a garden competition, and it's just a lot of fun with very important topics.
Just light natured and that kind of stuff. And then I'm going to say Drowsy Chaperone.
Drowsy Chaperone is our big musical this season. It's such a fun show. It has the air of a 1920s musical, and so that's what the Drowsy Chaperone is. It's a show within a show, and you have the man in chair listening to this record as the show comes to life, and it has a lot of heart, and it just makes things. It reminds you why theater is incredibly important. So
it is.
It gives you that old-timey feel, like a Lerner and Lowe or Rodgers and Hammerstein kind of style of musical, that classic fun costumes and musical numbers.
When you go to the theater, no matter what happens in your life before the day, or maybe what's going to happen at the end of the day, while you're at this theater, at least this is the way it is for me. My personal experience is you go in and you start watching and you hear the music and you're relating to the people around you, and maybe you hear the laughter and the applause and you're watching the plot, and it just takes you away. It whisks you away. And you're
what makes live theater so special, because you have this shared experience, right, with the people that came to see the show, but you also have the shared experience with the people on stage and behind the stage, really. Mm-hmm. And our motto this year is, I just lost it. Out of the house into the show, something like that.
Out of the house and into the show.
All of our shows, all of our shows, kind of have that message as well. Just get out there.
And what's so neat about the theater, and I used to play in a little pit orchestra for an organization called Junior University in San Bernardino, and I did that every summer.
Oh, I know JU, yeah.
Yeah, JU. And for William Dixon's original adaptations, which are still floating around. And I actually played so long ago that I sat next to William Dixon as he played.
Oh my goodness!
Piano. Yeah. That was quite the smoked cigarettes like a train, and and I'm sure that I saw Cliff Cabanello running around too sometimes. And
that you did.
He's the founder of the Redlands Theater Festival, I believe, and the creator.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, and his daughter's now
54 years ago.
54 years ago. I could have been around. I just celebrated my 63rd birthday, so I'm getting old. But anyway. It was a wonderful experience, and what you find with theater is that the people there are there. Whether you're in the orchestra, whether you're the production staff, whether you're in the show, whether you're the star of the show, or you just have a very important part, but it's not quite the star. Whatever you do, you become a family because you see each other night after night. You're rehearsing, you're together. After the show, you usually go to a little cast party or something like that. And relationships start, and marriages start, and boyfriends and girlfriends, and boyfriends and boyfriends, and girlfriends and girlfriends. You never know. And
happened. Yes,
it is drama. But you know what? Everybody survives.
But it's a wonderful family. Yeah.
And you go back years later, and you're still a family, and you have that shared experience. That's the wonderful thing about being in live theater. Do you have a lot of people trying out still, or is it like you're searching for people now for live theater?
No. We always have a wonderful turnout for auditions, and every year we seem to get new people into our family, which is just wonderful because new people equal new ideas and different ways of doing things. And so it's always good to, try new things or do something differently or just teach new people what this crazy festival is all about.
Yeah,
so
and I went to your website, RTF Session or Season, RTFseason.com. Can't read my writing again. RTFseason.com. And I saw also this very touching memorial video that's on there about the people who have come and gone on to the theater in the sky, so to speak, I guess, or the stage in the sky. I don't know how you put it. But and it was very nice because it was a very touching tribute to more than probably 20, 25 people that have come through the stage and through the theater and put their all into it and have moved on. So that's kind of neat too. And so, yes, go ahead. You were
I'm just going to say, yes, it just highlights the family that we become working this festival and really just doing theater. So our memorial video is very, important to that as well.
Yes, and so we talked about, and I mentioned it, and we did this little British accent, one man, two governors, or however you say it. You do much better than I do. But we didn't talk about what that is about. It sounds like something, but tell me a brief synopsis about that plot.
Sure. So One Man, Two Governors is a farce, I guess I would say. It's a very funny slapstick comedy, and it's also billed as our second musical because there are songs in it. So this is a farce by Richard Bean, and it is actually based on another show. I think that's a very old show. I want to say from the 1700s, called The Servant of Two Masters. And so it's, a person in disguise. So there's a sister who's disguised as her brother, kind of very much, 12th Night kind of a plot. And you have a man serving two governors. So, like, you have a servant guy that, runs errands and things like that. But he is now serving two governors. So he gets very confused and mixes things up, and that, henceforth hilarity ensues. Oh. So it's so fun. You will laugh non-stop when you go see that.
So Drowsy Chaperone and One Man, Two Governors are the musical ones, if you like musicals. Is that correct?
Yes. Yes, they are. One Man, Two Governors is a play, but there's a lot of singing in it. So it's musical adjacent.
And then we have Men on Boats, which is all women. And then we have Native Gardens, a farce about a fence and gardens and neighbors in a culture clash. And then we come to...
kind of a sitcom type style.
Then we come to this show, which I understand you're in, and it's opening tonight. And it's either a show about a town next to Needles or about Captain Blythe or something like that. What's that show about?
Well, it's spelled differently than Needles. So it's, yes, so this is our classic piece of theater, also a comedy. And it's about a writer bringing in a medium just so he can research her and to write his book. And so she's brought in as kind of a joke for everybody. However, she does cause a ghost to come, and it is his first wife. And so then you can see all the problems that has caused. So it's a lot of fun. A lot of special effects and things like that. And then the makeup is done in the way that they have always done the makeup for this show. And if you go, you'll see what I mean by that, but I don't want to blow it.
Right. So. The makeup is good. They do it up well. And, most of these plays have probably 25 people in them, right?
Well, Native Gardens actually is a cast of, well, you have 4 leads, and then you have maybe, how many was it? 7 ensemble. So that's like our smaller cast. Men on Boat, I believe there are 12 of us. gosh, I don't even know. 1, 2.
Is there any
6,
singing
7,
or,
8,
or
9,
music?
10. There's 10 of us.
Is there any singing or music?
There is some singing in Men on Boats.
Okay.
Actually, yes, we sing some campfire songs.
Okay.
There's 10 of us in there, and we are doing Major Powell's government expedition to the Grand Canyon.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's about that journey on the frontier, being the first at something, but you're getting it through a different lens. And that's why Jacqueline Backhouse, who is the playwright of Men on Boats, wrote it that way. So it was intended to be all women playing men, and it's not hokey or silly like that. It actually really works for the style of the show, and we're on the frontier discovering things that we are claiming to discover as our own, even though the Native Americans were probably there first. So it's a whole lot of fun, and we are riding river rapids in it. So if you want to find out how theater rides river rapids, you should come.
Would you maybe get wet?
Get wet, I promise.
Oh, no fun.
Oh, yeah. One Man, Two Governors, though, actually has a bit with water, and you might get wet.
Yeah.
But not really. We just stuff somebody.
Splash theater.
Yeah. No, people afraid.
No, I'm
We
just
don't do
kidding
that.
you. So, a couple things here. What is the show with the most amount of people in it, or actors, of these 5 shows?
I would say Drowsy Chaperone has
Drowsy Chaperone.
the biggest cast, because you have, quickly going through this, like 6 or 7 leads, and then you have a big ensemble to be all of the press and the maids or the housekeepers of this big house, and then you have the band. Yeah, that's our biggest cast. It's just lovely seeing the stage filled with them. They're so good.
Yeah, it sounds like it's just going to be wonderful. I am talking to you selfishly because I want to figure out which shows I'm going to go see. All of them.
All of them.
That's a great answer.
Good. There isn't one I would say, oh, come to this one if you have to choose. It's really hard to decide this season because we're all doing, every show I realize is a comedy, which I think right now is just what we need. And
exactly.
They're all a different style, though, of comedy, which is very fun. And they all are about connection and, solving problems. And what do you do when things get hard? You band together, So all of the shows kind of have that theme of connection and togetherness in one way or another. And it's really cool to see that in our season. And you'll just come and you'll laugh no matter what show you go to.
How wonderful. So you come with a frown on your face and you should leave with a smile. You should leave
Hopefully,
with a smile.
yes.
Yeah.
You should.
And wonderful. And Donald, you had a question?
Season tickets.
Is there a season ticket people can buy just to cover all the shows?
Yes. Yes, you can get season tickets. And there's 2 different kinds of tickets, or season tickets, I guess I should say. So you have a season ticket where you can go, I think, to our show one time, each of our shows, and that includes our concert and our new work shows, and that's $150. So that's 9 events for $150, which is pretty good.
Because you might see it you want to see again.
Exactly. And so to that I say the best value is you can get a season pass, which is unlimited, and see the shows as often as you would like. So that's 36 performances about.
Oh.
And that's only $199.
That is that's for a theater file. What do they call those? Theater files. Someone wants to be there all the time. And there are people that do that. I know that there are people that
Yeah. The neat thing about Redlands Theater Festival is you kind of see the shows grow and change as you see each performance. Like for me, I love going to the opening night of the shows and then going in the middle and then going at the end, because you can see the growth or new discoveries or just how the show has, hit its home, I guess, if that makes sense.
Yes.
And, in theater, you're never going to see the same show twice, ever. And that's the beauty of it. So getting this unlimited pass really lets you have that opportunity to see the shows grow and change and find what really works for them. So there is that.
That is that, and very, very good. I can't wait to start going to see them. And you got to plan, folks, to have fun. And I thank you, Alexis, for sticking with us. How do we find tickets? It's online at Art, right?
Yes. You can get tickets online at rtfseason.com. We also, the box office opens at 6 on our show nights. You can also call the box office. I believe the phone number is 909-792-0562.
909?
That's 909. Yep, 792-0562.
Beautiful.
But probably going to the website is the easiest route.
And, I'll make a little PSA for you guys, too, and put it on the air for you. We're always grateful to have you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Alexis.
We are grateful to come.
What part do you play in Blythe Spirit tonight?
This is Brandon, so I'm one of the guests invited to the seance.
So we thank
I'm
you for
very
stopping by,
happy.
because I know that you got to get going, because that show starts.
I do. I have to start getting ready.
What time does the show start?
The show starts at 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock, sundown. Okay. Oh, very
I
good.
have to be there before that.
Alexis Kessel with the Redlands Theater Festival. We thank you very much, and break a leg.
Thank you so much.
And thank you very much. That was the Redlands Theater Festival, the Redlands Theater Festival, rtfseason.com or .org. Their opening night tonight of Blythe Spirit, One Man, Two Governors, Men on Boats, Native Gardens, and Drowsy Chaperone. Plenty of shows to go see. Have a good time. Thank you. And now we're going to move on as we close the show. This is a little surprise for everybody. I found this great quartet. They started at Berklee College of Music, and now they're based in Los Angeles, singing original arrangements and covers of a wide range of classic and contemporary music. They consist of Chris Peters, James Gillan, Grant Heineman, and Davin Kingston. They are called the Bean Tones, and this is an original song we're going to close with. It's called A Trout, No Doubt.
You may not know exactly what goes on down there. I'm a fisherman who has got the knack, but I gave it all up today.
Really? Hi, James.
Cause I felt so sad when I caught a shad who had these words to say. A trout, no doubt. My papa was a trout, no doubt. My papa was a trout, though he's stout for a trout, there's no doubt. He's a whopper of a trout throughout. A bass with class. My mama was a bass with class. My mama was a bass, she'd surpass any bass with her class. My mama was a classy bass. Uncle Gus is an octopus. He lives in a sunken...
Tones on KCAA 1050 AM, 106.5 FM. Thank you, Donald Williamson. Thank you to Eric Osorio, and we'll see you next week. Happy 4th of July, the Bean Tones.
My brother is a whale, drinks his ale from a pail. My brother is an ailing whale, and that's the end of this fishy tale. All right, James. Yeah, Jimbo. Uncle Gus is an octopus. He lives in a sunken schooner. Cousin Ish is a musical fish. The local piano salmon. What? A duck named Duck.
NBC News on KCAA Loma Linda, sponsored by Teamsters Local 1932, protecting